on Cinco de Mayo. You're in a good mood. Thanks for coming tonight. We got a nice... Hello, Tom. Where's Doc tonight?
Doc is in Chicago.
What's he doing in Chicago?
He's playing with the Chicago Symphony, which is not chopped liver.
No. Did they ask him, or is he just showing up and playing with them?
Well, he actually wanted to play with chopped liver, but they wouldn't let him.
What's the temperature outside? Was it rough out on line?
Yes.
I apologize. I'm sorry, but because of the drought we're having, we could not send out our usual batch of margaritas. We don't send that. Now, remember, Ed goes a little overboard. I made jokes about Ed occasionally has a little shot of something.
Yeah.
But remember last year at Cinco de Mayo?
Yep.
Went overboard. We found him the next morning at the Hollywood Wax Museum at the feet of the statue of Canteen Floss. Now, let me explain something. I don't know those of you who saw the show last night. We had a young man booked by the name of David Coda and his trained parakeet, Axel.
Right.
Well, as I explained last night, they were staying at a hotel in town, and David's roommate was sleeping, and apparently the bird got loose, Axel got loose, and his friend rolled over, crushed him, killed him. Now, incredible as it may sound, what do you think the odds would be of that thing happening to us 2 nights in a row? Yes. Tonight, we were supposed to have Roseanne Barr's husband as a guest. Okay, now, anyway, the demise of Axel, the lovely trained parakeet, has made all the news. It was on KNBC News. I understand it's going to be on, it was on the Associated Press. Isn't that funny how something like that gets people's attention? But later in the show, tonight, we are going to show you the actual audition tape of the parakeet that has gone to that great perch in the sky. I'll show you the videotape that David made at home of the bird, okay? How many of you saw Donald Trump last night on Primetime Live? Well, that's got to make ABC real happy. He went on with Sam Donaldson. Donaldson was kind of rough, and he denied. Trump denied he was in financial trouble. He said Forbes magazine was out to get him because Forbes magazine said about a week ago that Donald Trump was not a billionaire, but was only worth $500 million. Now, I'm going to pause for a moment so you can get out your hankies. But Trump is one smart cookie. He announced the money he lost was Ivana's half. So, who knows? How many of you are on diets and really health conscious now with all the oat bran and all that stuff going around? I never thought I would see the day. NBC's commissary is getting more health conscious. Did you see the Chicken a la King special today?
No.
On the menu, it says a little sign that says salmonella will be removed upon request. Nice little touch. Well, those of you who want something really interesting to do could go down to the Midnight Mission in Los Angeles. Now, since Zsa Zsa started working there, it's really strange. When you call the mission now, she gets on the phone and says, "I'm sorry, darling, we can only seat you at 6:30 and 9:30. She doesn't understand. Did you read she lost a commercial?
Yeah.
Zsa Zsa was doing a commercial for, was it Dreyer's?
Dreyer's. Yeah.
Dreyer's Ice Cream Company. They fired her because they got about 300 complaints. So she lost that commercial. Personally, I think Zsa Zsa was the perfect spokesman for ice cream. I mean, she has rich taste, she acts bananas, and she fudges her age. You can't do better than that. No, she's not. See, she's not getting the big commercial endorsements now. She just missed being the guest jeans girl by that much. Well, anyway, we have an interesting summer to look forward to here in California. There's a water shortage, as you know. Very serious. In Santa Barbara, California, you get fined something like 3,000% if you use more than you were allotted. So everybody in California, are you going to help out, Tom? What are you going to do to help the water shortage? Anything in particular?
I'm cutting down right now.
As you're standing there.
As I'm
good.
standing
Well,
there.
that's good. Ed is already cutting down the water shortage. Last night at Spago's, he put a brick in his chaser. That was a nice thing to do. But everybody should do their part, right? Yeah. Everybody is trying hard. You know what they did? They turned off the sprinklers at Dodger Stadium, and they're asking the players to spit more. That's what they're doing. That's right, friends. Now, there was a bizarre thing on the news, on television news, and in the paper today. Interesting case. Some lady who started a church with her husband, and apparently one of the requirements for some of the church members was to have sex with her. Did you see this?
Yeah.
As part of their church. And she was hit with some bad news today. First of all, the government said that they ruled that it is not a church. And then Jim Bakker sued for copyright infringement. Interesting story, another interesting story. The world's largest pearl, you see this on the news, is for sale. It's about the size of a football, 14 pounds. They say it's worth $42 million. You ever heard of a 14-pound pearl? It was removed, I understand, from a very relieved clam. Boy, that's got to be a real itch, huh? And even that was tainted with scandal. Today, the clam tested positive for steroids. I don't know what's going on in that world. Anyway. You're in a good mood. We got a good show for you tonight. We have Judge Reinhold is with us. Fine actor. We have two. And on the comedy vein, a young man making his first appearance on The Tonight Show is very funny. Rondell Sheridan is here. And a very amusing young lady comedian, Rita Rudner, is with us. So stay where you are.